This morning I woke up and there's no hot water. But rather than get unhappy, I'm going to make the most of it and walk down to the public hot springs, take a shower, and soak in the wonderful natural hot water from the volcano. Been a great endless summer, and like my shoes say, to explore the world, El Mundo. So come along for the walk. You can see it's a rather dreary day, or I'd like to say, it's wonderful liquid sunshine. So this is what the walk looks like from my apartment towards town. Nice neighborhood. I've been staying here for several years during my endless summers, or at least parts thereof. This year's endless summer is nearing its end. It's time to go back to North America for another summer and work on the river. And I'd really appreciate if you come rafting with me. I'll tell you tall tales about my adventures. And with your love, I'll be able to do this again next season. Just need to earn enough money to pay for one more lap around the sun. So anyway, it's been a great 6 months. I spent 3 months in Peru, which was awesome. I wandered southern Peru from Lima all the way down. I went to Paracas. I went to Inca. I went to the oasis in the desert. I went to Arequipa. I went to Cusco and Urubamba and all the really awesome archaeological sites. I saw Machu Picchu, and on my way back I stopped at Puno and I saw Lake Titicaca, the Urus floating islands, which were very cold and damp. And I also saw the island Tequila, which was very nice and much warmer in spite of the fact that it was extremely high altitude. It was a wonderful trip, and I've been in Ecuador now for almost 3 months. I got like 3 days to go on this adventure, and it's been quite nice. I spent most of it in Baños, but I also spent almost a month in Otavalo and ran some old pals I haven't seen in a few years from Peru. It was really cool. But when you're in the Avenue of Volcanoes, you got to make the most of every day. Sometimes it rains. And going that way is the Amazon jungle. And going up this way goes back toward, whoops. Goes back to Ambato, Quito, and even higher elevations. It's wonderful, perfect weather here in my opinion. It feels like April in the Blue Ridge, except for it never freezes. Quite pleasant, extremely affordable, and really great food. Oh, I was talking and I started to take my usual route to town, but I want to take a different route today because I'm going to the hot springs, which are on the lower end of town by the waterfall, and I prefer to walk this other way. I think it's more direct. So that's the entrance to my neighborhood, El Recreo. The ball court over there. Just some of the crazy scenery nearby. I'll give this a little rest. My camera's getting wet because, hey, it's kind of drizzling, but still feels rather wonderful and nice. I'm wearing shorts, and I'm going to go enjoy the hot springs. Over the past 6 months, my lodging expenses totaled just shy of $1,600. Frugal living at its best. Hey, and maybe it didn't feel very frugal. I had a large time, man. This is one of my favorite routes to walk to the hot springs. I think this is a rather quaint neighborhood. It's pretty nice. Hope you're not getting dizzy with my pan effect. You gotta be careful where you're walking. If you don't pay attention, you can definitely jack up your ankles. But hey, These sidewalks are relatively well maintained compared to many I've seen elsewhere in Latin America. Hope you're enjoying this wonderful view. This is what my endless summers look like in many ways, except for when I was in the deserts, and well, they were beautiful in their own weird Spartan ways. If you look way up there down the road, you'll see the waterfall coming off the mountain, and that is where we are going. Pretty wonderful location. They say the Virgin Mary appeared at the waterfalls and performed miracles, hence the name Baños de Agua Santa. And you see behind me the El Paso Mexican restaurant. I hear the comida mexicana is good here. However, I have had no luck getting to try any because apparently the hours posted online, or not the hours they necessarily keep, but that said, it's on my list of places to try eventually, so we'll see how that works out. Oh, look, perro. At least that's a nice perro. Most of the dogs are here. Look at that waterfall. Doesn't this really resemble paradise? Quite wonderful place, I think. Hey, maybe that's why I keep coming back. And as you can see, there's a sign for Termas La Virgen, and that's where I'm going. And then there's some modern baths also. I've been there before. It's got a cool steam room, but it's just a little too clean for me. It's not as real as this place. And as you see, the sign says to my right, derecha is downtown. These are modern baths. They have swimming pools, place for the kids to play, steam room. But that's not where I'm going. I'm going to the more authentic, older hot springs. So, just around this corner. But this isn't necessarily a bad place. The modern baths cost more. It's like $5, so as I recall. It's been a while since I've been there, but pay a little bit of a premium. So depends what your thing is. I like the aesthetics of sitting under the waterfall better than modern swimming pools and steam rooms and such. And as you can see, there's a lot of local businesses selling swimsuits and your hairnets that everyone's required to wear, even if you're bald. Like, pro tip, if you buy it here on the street, 50 cents. You buy it at the baths, it costs $1. So I guess most people probably don't care about 50 cents, but I'm just throwing that out there. And once you got it, all it costs is $3 to go to these hot springs and get a good soak. So when I woke up this morning, there was no hot water at my apartment, so I'm making the most of the motivation and coming to enjoy the hot springs. First, I'll get a warm, lukewarmest shower to wash off before I get into the hot tubs. It's traditional and required. And this is what it looks like. I hope they have change, because all I brought was a 20, because I'm out of change. So we'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll have to go to a store. Hola. Uno. Muchas gracias. It cost me $3. I threw them on the ground because I'm silly. And my ticket. Gracias, senor. Downstairs in the plunge pool over to the left is very cold. I gotta go upstairs and store away the things I want to stay dry. It's a pretty wet day. It is really busy today because this Domingo, it's the weekend. Usually it is much less traffic here and a lot fewer people. But this is a very popular hot spring. There's another one above town that is much less busy, and you just see some locals. A lot of these people are tourists from other parts of Ecuador. It's a very popular town. I have all my things, which aren't many, I came light. And you go over here and you turn them in. They give you a tag to wear on your wrist so you can collect your items after you're so I found this to be a very safe place to put your things, even items of value. See, there's the hot tub down there. Lately, that one hasn't been as hot as it used to be in the past, and I found the one over next to the waterfall to be hotter. But I guess it varies. You can see there's no hot water pouring into it right now. Hola. Buenos días. Gracias. Oh, I'm numero 5 today. So now I got to go rinse off and take a shower before I get into the hot water. It's quite busy compared to usual today. There is no personal space here in Latin America, just the way it is. You get used to it. It's colder than usual. I'd say they used up all the hot water, except for I know it's coming from volcanoes, so there's no shortage of it. What a lively crowd. I'm walking over to the hottest tub to start my enjoyable day. Put my chacos away. Yeah, this is silly. So, this is where it is. This is much better. Oh, see the waterfalls up here? Yeah, this is how I spent my summer vacation over the North American winter in Latin America. Like my good friend Jeff Welch used to say, I may not have much money, but I live a rich life. The locals here are very friendly. They will definitely chat you up. Really chill place. Here's Grotto for the Virgin and the miracles she performed here, as local lore says. And there's the wonderful waterfall. What a great view. So if you know where some hot springs are, they're even more bonito than this, I really want to know. So, somewhere that's more aesthetically pleasing to soak in hot water, please comment below. And since last year, there's a lot of rocks slid down the mountain. They tore out the stairwell up to that viewing platform, and this whole area is off limits to the potential rock falls at this point. You see some chunks of basalt that fell off the mountain. There is now a concrete roof over the cold showers where you cool off after you get too warm in the hot tubs. So this water is extremely cold and likely to make the camera fog up. Woo! Yeah, one more day in paradise. And with families, really chill. People revere their elders here. They have happy to have their grandpa, and he's having a wonderful time. He's rather frail, but this hot tub isn't as hot as it usually is, or I'm getting used to it. Yeah, hard to believe. I only have about 3 days left. I'm really going to miss this beautiful place. It's amazing how much work can be done for $26,000. Other than the mosaic area you see just below me, the entire area around the laundry station, laundry wash, lavadora, was completely reworked. It had all torn up last year. It's like even putting in like a mini water park. It isn't on right now, but you can see where the nozzles are. So this is all being worked on last year, and then unfortunately there's some rock falls, as you can see from the warning sign down there, and the damage to the stairs and missing section. They've since hauled away a lot of that while I've been here this trip. So maybe the slide happened while I was in Peru, I'm not sure. These are the public baths. They're rather wonderful. Only cost $3. You can get snacks and things you need in the little store downstairs. Really nice. And looking straight ahead, you see the modern baths. They're fancier, and they have real swimming pools and a steam room and such. And if I'm not mistaken, it costs $5. It's almost double the cost of this place. It does have other amenities, but it doesn't have the wonderful aesthetics and view that this location does for just $3. So, you come to Baños de Agua Santa, Ecuador, make sure that you make time to come visit the hot springs. They're natural. They come right off or right out of the mountain and are heated by the volcano. This is the guts, how it really works. The hot water coming from the volcano, as you can see right there. Of course, you're not allowed to go over here. They have had rock slides. And that leads up to the water tank where they tap off some cold water from the waterfall so you can cool off in the cold shower you saw me chilling in earlier. Hope you enjoyed this tour of the hot springs. And maybe you'll come visit. Hope you're enjoying the scenery. There's some really cool artwork coming up here too. I'm getting really hungry. I try to hold out till I get back to the apartment and save a little money. We'll see. All the wonderful odors and smells coming from people cooking. I don't know if I'm gonna make it all the way back. I only got a kilometer or so to walk. And again, this is where you get deals on your head coverings. Some cool artwork. It's one of my favorites right here. It's a wet day, but hey, gotta make the most of what you got. Hey, feeders. More little kiosks selling all sorts of trinkets and things. Great for the typical tourist. Wonderful church there. So this is an idea of what wonderful downtown Baños de Agua Santa looks like. You'll see the local policia. And apparently Mass is getting ready to start. You see the faithful beginning to attend. We buy candles. They got a shrine to the Virgin Mary. my mind, is on food at this point. And like I said before, I have roughly 1 kilometer to walk to get back to my apartment, where I have plenty of food awaiting me. If only I could make it that far without being tempted by one of the panderias along the way. Yeah. And there's a tropical infusion of cannabis. I am quite certain it is CBD. They have similar laws to like some of the southern states that allow CBD, but no THC. Stores. We got a shower head here a few months ago from my apartment. Much improved my quality of life and showers. Of course, today there's no hot water, but gas truck will come along, get another bottle of gas for $3, and be business as usual again. And like I was saying, a bottle of gas, see the marking, costs $3. And before any of you crackers start commenting again and tell me how this is government subsidized, you keep in mind that your taxes subsidize the fossil fuel industry in the United States, yet you're still paying quite premium prices in spite of the fact that your donations to those big fossil fuel companies. By the way, you can take that bus down to really awesome waterfalls down the highway toward Pollo. It's only 35 cents. Quite economical. A lot cheaper than the taxi, and then you don't have anybody waiting on you. You can spend as much time as you want, and you can catch the bus back whenever you feel like. Or you could walk. I have walked down there myself. There's a really awesome path on River Right opposite the road. Of course, in this weather, it'd be rather treacherous because some stretches are steep, but it's really cool. I'm making a turn toward another street and the football field. Of course, it's soccer here, not American football. See really great views. About to walk past one of the local Spanish schools. One of my friends is renting a room here, and it is costing him, if I'm not mistaken, $350 a month. That's a little rich for my standards. I don't pay that much. As I alluded to, my lodging costs in Ecuador the past 3 months have only totaled $550. There might be a bit of a story behind that, but hey, that's what it is. Look at that view. Well, this is my usual walk home, be it at night or in the day. Very safe. I've never had a problem. I've walked at all hours of the night through here, even early morning after the bars close. And maybe I have overindulged a few times, but all in all, it's been very good. Rather wonderful neighborhood, in my opinion. It's like, you see some of the infrastructure is crumbling, but the walls are still good, and they have awesome soccer games in here, pretty regular. So it's a pretty cool place. There you go, some street art, some awesome mountains, taxi truck. As we head toward church, I saw a lot of roses in the back. There's There's some very lovely residents in here too. Like that, isn't that beautiful? And this is the Avenue of Volcanoes, so there is some steepness to behold here. I remember when this used to be a vacant lot. They're still building some more houses, so if you want one, there's the phone number. This used to be a nice grassy slope, vacant lot just a few years ago. Really cloudy, foggy, but you can see that it is beautiful here. Awesome landscape. Well, I feel rather sad that this trip is coming to an end, but this has been a wonderful 6 months, and it was quite affordable all in all. It's like you can go to my website and you see some of the price breakdowns. I'll try to add some more information about Ecuador soon. Currently, most of the information is about Peru. And if you have questions or curiosities, leave them in the comments below, and I will try to answer your questions and maybe give you some intel so you can have a better trip in the future. And here's one of the many friendly neighborhood dogs. He's actually pretty chill. Most of the dogs are not feral. They're simply free-range ferals, free-range dogs. They're generally well cared for, in my opinion. At least here in Baños and many other places I've been. It's like they're not strays. They have homes. Some of them are even double dipping, and they might have more than one home. But it's really cool. You can hear chickens and dogs and all kinds of critters. It's like living out in the country, even though I'm on the edge of town. In a few short days, I will be flying to Fort Lauderdale, catching up with a old pal I haven't seen in a few years, in person at least. And then I'll fly on up the coast. I'll be in Charleston for a little while. Maybe I can catch up a few friends. And then head on back up to the mountains to work the primary election in my local town of Saluda. And of course, I will return to the river and at the Ocoee Adventure Center to do some raft guiding, river guiding, and some kayaking for fun. This is what's for breakfast. Pork chop, fresh egg, some taters, onions, and peppers. Good stuff. Living the life.